Ignition 320. The history, right?
It will be made. Oh, you're saying between the two players?
Yeah, yeah. Tri-point like a month. I want to say like a month ago. Justin took his first set on Sean. He didn't get the run back. He didn't end up being able to take the tournament through grands. But he took his first set. He's been fiending for an Ignite for so long. Before he stops playing the game, he wanted to take one Ignite, right? And this is gonna be it. It's gonna be it. Arley's the homie.
Both players actually starting out hot though.
Ooh.
Oh, really
Top
clean.
one.
Catching the uppie with the uppie. I forget the name. We'll see. I think the biggest thing for Palu in this matchup is keeping Greninja in the corner. But out of being this far behind, it's more about landing than anything.
Yeah, especially like Palutena just struggles with short characters a lot, not having that many good grounded moves. And Sean is so good at moving around the options you want to threaten, which I feel like is a lot of what Palu wants to do. It's just like move, threaten the back air, threaten the grab.
Yeah.
But Sean just moves better. It's tough.
Yeah, IceKnight definitely dashes in and out. It's much harder to be threatening with, Palu Bear. Even if it is invincible, Greninja doesn't really care. He's not trying to trade with you, he's trying to whiff punish, so.
Yeah. The little crouch, bro. Bro's feeling himself. Getting antsy with the dash back out of the corner, but. And that fair's gonna close out stock too.
It seems like Tohjo has to kind of get his footing on how to match the pace that IceKnight's playing at. Right now, I think if he can get this stock, it's definitely super doable. But Greninja's low percent safe hooks is super consistent. Dash attack up smash, I have never seen up to up smash, but there's a first for everything, I guess.
Yeah. Sean losing in quarters, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and then
he lost to, actually, he lost 3-4 quarters.
Oh, really? He lost the poof, and then after that said he got the power up, said he figured out what he needed to do. Realized he just wasn't playing neutral how he wanted to, and has been cooking ever since.
He has been playing really well today. Some of the best I've seen him play in a minute. I think, what's up?
He's been trying to secure that #1 spot for the season, and he wants this tournament to be able to do it.
I think Tohjo just has to kind of get his footing, figure out the pace he's playing at, and he'll be alright. He has another set to work with. That's the big thing here. Is I think he has the time to get this data to kind of maneuver his play style and figure out how he wants to approach it. So he's not really on the back foot right now.
Yeah. He's a confident player. He knows what he wants. He's been on the up and he knows it. I think if he can find that footing, he figures out how to apply that pressure, how to do everything he wants to do. He can definitely just take it and just push it as well. And he has time to figure it out.
Getting the first opening here, he gets him in the corner. The biggest thing, Greninja being able to dash back and fight out of the corner is the biggest thing. I want to see Tohjo walk him into the corner and keep him there so that dash back isn't an option anymore. I really like that weight from him though. No antsy roll, not really pressuring anything.
Oh.
IceKnight really looking for something out there. Dash like beating Sarah is interesting.
Oh,
yeah, see, this is where it gets really hard because IceKnight can rinse and repeat that. It is an execution check though, so missing the second one.
Oh. Forward air almost taking that stock. He's been really having trouble getting back to stage, getting out of the corner. IceKnight doing a great job with those uppies and back airs to just push him back off stage, try to secure out that stock like he did right there.
I want to see more landing pairs from Tohjo instead of this back air. The invincibility isn't really what you're looking for against Greninja with the back airs, and there's going to be hitting lower and be way better mix for tomahawks and tomahawk dash attacks and all that. So I want to see fair. You can see he's catching on to that.
Ooh. Sean's pressure is just relentless. Oh my god.
Yeah, IceKnight is definitely keeping him. He's keeping him in disadvantage really well right now. Really good up B to stage, though. Kind of ignore the ledge trap there.
Oh. Not bad.
This is where he's going to have to close out most of his stocks, I think. I mean, the biggest thing is Greninja can kind of just sneak past you like that, running under him like that over the full hop pressure. The backers is not as scary for Greninja as it is for most characters. Really clean teleport cancel pressure there. Not quite enough, though. It is scaled out shield. IceKnight has been down tilting and dash attacking out of the corner, so calling out the no shield with that backer is really good.
That down is going to be a big conversion.
Clean damage, huge.
Big 4%.
Huge.
And keeps advantage by pushing him to the corner. Ends up doing a reversal, but ooh. Great guy on that forward air.
Down tilt fair, tried and true for Greninja, super consistent. IceKnight does not miss those. That's the big thing that separates, I think, these two characters is Palutena is looking for kind of straight hit pressure, back airs, maybe a dash attack call out. But Greninja has some consistent confirms it's going to really be showing here.
Definitely looking
to the down air here, maybe? Alright, down tilt confirms, being safe with it. He has time. He doesn't need to show his hand quite yet. Like, he has a whole nother set to look at, so. Dash attack on the neutral get up. Super consistent at calling it out. Almost always combos into fair too because of how late it hits. Alright, I mean here's where you really have to make this shine and Palu just like that. Calling out the shadow sneak, a little aggressive from IceKnight there. Okay, looking for the drag down up there. Oh. He wants this down tilt, and I do not blame him. Down tilt up smash, super consistent confirm for Greninja, without platforms, of course.
Tohjo's making, good forward air. Towards the end of that game, I saw him making the adjustment of just playing a lot more slippery, forcing IceKnight to get antsy, want to move in, want to throw out those down tilts and those sneaky dash attacks, and then just punishing him for it. If he can keep that going, definitely is a doable set.
100%. I think he's realizing fair is the move and really capitalizing off his. Oh, okay. Tohjo is going to be switching to Cloud, it seems like. But we'll see character select right now. Honestly, I like this for him because this is the set to do it in. If he wants to try something else. Back here, see, Palu back here is one thing, Cloud back here is a whole nother beast.
Yeah, Sean, IceKnight, a very experienced player in this matchup, though. Regularly plays with Revolver online and in brackets.
That's true.
But it's entirely different style. No player really does it like Revolver, so
like
it ends up working out.
Yeah, nobody does it like Tohjo. That's true. I mean, he's already super clean stock. The pressure is just very different. Cloud backer is going to be able to call out the dash-ins and the short hop-ins, whereas Palu backer is more so you have to kind of just choose one. So you might have more success with it. Really clean. Looking for these nares, the parries on them. Cloud up B is going to be really big. Palu out of shield is a little lacking against Greninja because Nair doesn't really scoop Greninja on most of his options on shield. But Cloud up B, frame 6, super fast move, will be hitting Greninja.
But yeah, Cloud just gets gamped. It's an unfortunate reality.
Yeah, early jump, Shuriken's gonna do it. Let's see if he can get this kill in the corner here, though. I like how he's playing his ledge traps as Cloud way more. He's actually, that's probably he's kind of giving up his corner. He's going for future get up punishes and really overextending and getting reversal with stage control. But nice. Wake up DP.
Wake up DP. He has been playing Street Fighter.
He has been playing Street Fighter. He's on that Lily grind. Nice. 35% back air side B. Super consistent damage from Cloud.
Tried and true.
This is where it matters, though. IceKnight kind of dipping a little too low preemptively, kind of giving him that recovery, honestly, but...
Sneaking in that down throw, but... Ooh.
Alright, limits on deck. This is kind of where Tohjo needs to make most of his...
Yeah, using the speed to get one neutral opening, and then a side B will just take the stock at 70.
Oh, lean
doesn't
downer. Doesn't even need the 2-frame, hitting below ledge because it's such a big move. Yeah. Alright, well, Tohjo with the first lead of the set, I believe. Cloud might be the move.
Is it fair not connecting? That one's going to do it.
It seems like he's much more patient with Cloud. It's hard to work certain moves of Palu's kit into the Greninja matchup. Nair being pretty hard to use. Cloud's kit kind of holistically kind of fits into the way you want to play the matchup. So I'm definitely seeing that from Tohjo's play.
There's a lot of trouble in the zones you threaten as Palu are so like not the zones you want to be in as Greninja in a lot of situations, especially when Greninja's on the ground. So Cloud can just threaten lower with the back air and fair, and it's just been working.
Might have to build a limit. No pressure from IceKnight, but it's going to time out anyway. I mean, just like that, Tohjo's lead with this stock kind of disappeared. IceKnight going for the roll read on the tech.
And if he gets it,
oh, just barely missing. A little bit too far, so he followed an up smash. Nair, fair, just barely not doing it.
Oh, did he go for a down air?
He's going for the up B, I believe.
Oh.
High up B spike. Alright, well, Tohjo made it back to stage. Calling out the double jump. There is no double jump on
choosing to charge limit instead of just pressuring, though. Interesting take, but definitely could work out. At 88%, a lot of limit moves will kill.
I think up B will kill as well, which means up B dash attack on shield. 100% a kill win con right now for Tohjo.
Side B gonna get shielded, though. One less resource on deck, though.
Much less scary for IceKnight. Yeah.
Is that not upbeatable?
Down to it's probably upbeatable, but it's
a tough reaction for sure.
It's pretty hard to react to. It doesn't have much shield stun, so it's a little bit hard. But Greninja looking for spot dodge down tilt, double down tilt. He wants that down tilt fair, down tilt up smash. It transitions pretty well, down tilt up smash, and then after you're out of that range, down tilt fair starts working pretty consistently. So.
Tohjo's choosing to stick with the Cloud. Definitely agree with that choice.
Yeah, I mean, here's the reason. I think the Cloud is the move. I think it was definitely doing the best for him. If he was a little more disciplined in that last stop in the beginning of it, I think he could have closed it out. So I think this is the right start.
He started pushing the momentum and getting there, getting where he needed to be. He just couldn't hold it for the entire game. But if you can just refine it a little bit throughout the course of the set, he could be definitely a force that's going to be very hard for IceKnight to deal with.
100%. A lot of jump-ins right now. He's been playing about that in Street Fighter, so maybe he's taking, some notes, but I think he needs to be sticking into his grounded short hops, a lot of full hops. That's the issue. Some short hop backers. I don't think IceKnight is scared to move right now, and while it is Greninja, Cloud's sword is pretty big. So.
He's playing Street Fighter, but he's just Silver 1. That's way too many wake up TPs.
Way too many. But honestly, he actually racked up some damage pretty well. Down tilt, missing the IDJ fair, so gonna drop. Landing a second time. Try again, and you will succeed. Good reaction on touch face out. Yeah, a little bit trigger happy with these up Bs. Understandably so, because it should be working in Greninja, but sometimes just in the wrong spots. Put it back on deck.
With the limit.
Not anymore. When IceKnight has to up B, I kind of want to see some ledge grab drop nairs or drop bears. Once he is out of a jump, forcing the limit beam to force him to go low. That might be a gim.
Almost, yeah, almost.
Barely recovering there.
Oh, and PS2 platforming.
Yeah. Greninja up smash,
There's a lot of things for you, but
yeah.
PS2 platforms is great
as a
weakness.
Greninja player, you live and you die by it. Dash attack upper is gonna do it though. Even the added weight, I believe when it adds a little bit of weight, still not enough. not looking too great. The thing about Greninja is it's pretty hard to make a comeback against Greninja. He's such a safe and consistent character, especially at low percent the way he racks damage. If IceKnight is doing that kind of upper ladder though, Cloud's upper is a frame 1 Herpok shift, which could be really big for getting out of that.
Yeah, I think you do need to. Oh, and that's very likely. I'm surprised there's no upbeat. Just push it out of the way. You didn't have a jump, but I was gonna say if you do feel like I feel like if you do want to make the comeback against Greninja, a lot of it comes down to how you're holding ledge, how you're pressuring him off stage.
Yeah, 100%. It's not out of the picture for Tohjo for this game. Yeah, I respect the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I mean,
understandably, you have to take some risks. It's a really hard matchup to come back in, and you're not going to do it without taking a couple of risks.
yeah.
Oh! And then up smash with a jump lead is going to close out the first game of the second set.
Tohjo, I believe, is going to switch back to Palu now. I think that's what I just heard. So, you know, it seemed like IceKnight kind of got his bearings against Cloud. So, trying his more consistent main here, Palu. What got him here in this bracket in the first place.
He's been playing Palutena all day. The Cloud is looking good, is looking clean, especially really good in some moments, but it's hard to just whip out a character like that and just play as solidly as he needs to be one of the best players in the state.
Big misinfo right there with that smash. Taking 34 dash check up smash, so consistent for Greninja. Super good early percent damage. That's the big thing is Palu's biggest damage rack is going to be rising their trains across the stage. It's super hard for Palu to get that against Palu in first place. Calling out the American 8-edge.
Oh.
Goodbye, you're leaving forever. What's up? Okay.
You got
You ever work a day in your life?
Our boy Vidrocker is leaving us forever.
I don't believe it.
Goodbye. Go home safe. Vidrocker leaving us, but back to the set. So
another,
calling up
another
a high up B. Yeah, super hard to snap in that spot. He could have maybe dropped a little lower, but IceKnight knowing he can call that out. No risk to himself with that charge down smash. Super good lead for IceKnight right now. Alright. Tohjo kind of getting himself back into a little bit. He actually has some front push here. Really wants to neutral get up right there with the up smash call out. IceKnight really willing to be patient here. I think he's trying to be a little funny guy. Get a roll and call out.
I mean, if you have some leeway to work with it, something I feel like the mental damage that getting a jump read like that does.
Right. I mean,
it carries to the next game.
These two are friends, and IceKnight's definitely killing himself in this game. So another 3-stock. I believe it was a 3-stock last game as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vidrocker, resident Incineroar main, saying goodbye to the players on stream right now. He's leaving us for India, Japan, and then New York for school. Goodbye, Vid.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, babe.
Alright. Yeah. So Tohjo has a pretty large cast of characters. He's been through a lot. Aegis is one of them, Sephiroth. He's got Cloud. He's got Palutena. He was a Pichu main. He played PT. He's been through a lot. And Aegis is one of his most recent, real attempts at a main as well, aside from Palu. So I respect this attempt as well. I mean, 2-3 stocks with your other attempts. Gotta try something new at this point.
I mean, I personally want it. I'm down to see the Pichu come back. It's one of Greninja's few losing
It's
matchups.
true. Pichu actually does do good against Greninja,
Yeah, it's one of
which
Greninja's
is interesting.
few losing matchups. I think Greninja's 3 losing matchups or 4.
Which is a pretty optimistic opinion. However,
One of them is Pichu.
one of them is Pichu, and Tohjo was a Pichu main for the first maybe year or so of Ultimate.
And it's not looking like a bad decision. Again, holding the lead.
But right now he kind of has to make it work with Aegis at this point. Doesn't really have another limb to stand on after this. Being down 2 in a set.
Oh, and the jump read's going to close up the
jump all
stock
out
early
for
at like
IceKnight.
85%.
Midfer is relatively light. I feel a little bit lighter than Mario. And then Pyra, I believe, the same weight as Mario. So you're going to get a little more sustainability from Pyra, but the other thing is Pyra actually has some stray hit kill potential in this matchup. Unlike Palu, who's it's much harder to land those more precise hitboxes against such a short character like Greninja. But Pyra, kind of all of Pyra's hits are gonna hit hard.
Yeah. Like that
There,
forward air,
just
almost
barely
taking it
not
from center stage.
That's another thing too. Gentleman from Pyra is a kill option as well. So another consistent option from Tohjo here. Good reaction tech chasing from IceKnight. Not many options Tohjo can do there. Yeah, drag down back here down tilt up smash. Super good option from Greninja here, but the DIOA on the down tilt making that not really feasible for IceKnight there. Definitely looking for the safe pressure, that air into the flare. That is it, yeah. Greninja being a pretty good edge guarder, and Aegis not having the best recovery is not a great mix here. Unlike Palutena, Mrs. Rising there is actually pretty okay against Greninja. His out of shield is not great, so it being -10 doesn't really matter too much. I don't think we're going to see footstool down or out of shield from IceKnight. So it's definitely an option, and it will hit Greninja. That's going to be it, though. No miss tech. IceKnight is your ignition. 320 grinds. The gap up in the hug from the two players. They are homies.
Closing it out. Definitely a good addition to his season's repertoire, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
Has been gunning for that #1 spot, and it's looking extremely doable.
Yeah, looking super doable for IceKnight. But amazing run from Tohjo, too. I believe his best replacement at Ignite would be a 3rd before this, 2nd now, so good shit to both players.
Getting a little bit of head scratchies from the homie Schmook right before we head out.
All right.
That was Ignition 320.
Good night, guys. Have a good one.